Oh, we're live. Boffo. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today, what we're doing is hopefully, um, finishing our wheelbase and the Bombay on the Revell B-17F Flying Fortress, which I will do with the insignia of the Memphis Belle. Now, we got a bit of a start yesterday, and I would have shown that to you, and indeed attempted to, but made an error with how I got it my live stream, be that as it may. Now, I have some bits in front of me. If we get all of this done, and we may, I guess our next objective, I do have some other bits that I need to identify as far as what colour they'll be. This we will then do. In a worst case scenario, if I get all of that done, unlikely. Just saying it how it is. Excuse me a moment. We can get onto the canopy, I guess. I've got quite a lot of that to do, and that'll be something I'll certainly be wanting to attend to. Now, with all of that said, and all of that waffling, I'm just having a quick squizzlies here. I don't think we've actually got that much to do. So yeah, we'll see how we roll. Now, of course, before we do anything, I mean, really now, coffee. That's the ticket. Now then, before we progress, let's get a bit of light on the subject. I will show you some of what I did yesterday. Here we go. Now, I got these pretty much done, not quite done, but almost, which is to say the wheel stems here, which I think are starting to look a bit chipper. What I'd like to do on these, there's one little touch on these I'll do today. You will notice there are little bottles there of some variety. We're going to do them a beige sort of a colour. Beyond that, I'm pretty happy with how they're looking. Now, I think we've finished these. We did finish those, which is these ones. Now, here, we'll use that same beige on there, and we'll fill the middle with some colour. I don't know. But that beam there is what I want to hit mostly, or will be the larger part of the colour. And we're going to do that chassis black. Now, there's quite a bit of interior green here we're going to do as well. Okay, I'll zoom you out. Yep. We finished some seats yesterday as well. I'll show you them very quickly. Now, there we go, with the little seat belts and such like. All right. So, I guess our first question will be, what colour do we want to start with? My inclination, actually, before we do anything, now that's interior green, we're going to be needing that. That's steel, not needing that. Where's our chassis black gone? Oh, here we are, chassis black. Now what we're going to do first, let's give them a bit of a shake actually. We're not going to use them first, but I find lacquer paints take a longer period of time to fully mix than the Look at that. You can see there's a whole stack of pigment in the bottom of the bombing green, interior green there. The black seems to have mixed well, but I make no assumptions. A bit of a mixing Nazi when it comes to my paint. There again, you can see. So, what I'm going to do, this is why I'm shaking them now, then I'm going to find the, I believe the colour that, I'll do some more shaking later, but that's given it a good start. The colour I seek is listed as ivory. Now, not in this one. I've got literally boxes of paints. I have never been shy of purchasing paints that I require, even if it's similar to a paint I already have. End result, I have a shitload of paint. Here we go. Ivory. Boom. Now, give that a bit of a shake as well, by golly, by gosh, by crikey. There. Now, this is not going to take nearly as long. It's one of those things where acrylics are just so damn convenient. Now, the downside of acrylics, of course, is that they aren't as sturdy once dry. Sturdy when dry. Sounds like a song title as opposed to... Actually, the album title, of course, was... I'm showing a bit of age here. Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. There we go. I haven't used this one for a while. Now, goggles. Let's get our goggles on. And we'll do all our little bottle things. We'll do all those bottle things that I feel. Oh, dear me. Now, here we go. There. So, I'll just lower my goggles a bit. Here we go. Oh, you get a bit jiggy with that. But let's just start off with that basic stuff. And not get too carried away now. So we're going to go into there. All right. Got to say, I'm pretty chipper with that as a camera angle. Hopefully you can see while I'm painting. Well, I'm not quite getting the right view. There we go. So we'll come into there. Slight error there, but that's fine. Now, I'm guessing by that very flat angle there that this is less visible when installed, but be that as it may, I shall do my... Oops, got some on the steel bar there. Can fix that. And we shall. There we go. Alrighty. So what we've done there, aside from getting some on the steel bit, well, pretty obviously you can see what we've done there. I might just give me a moment. There we go. A bit more down the front here. There we go. All right. So, what we've done there is pretty obviously created a wattle. That little gap, I'm probably going to go dark grey. We'll see. Now, we have similar bits. I might as well give you that magnification with a bit of luck. We are in luck. Here we go. Here's the one we're after. Now, I'm going to need to manipulate these. There's two of them here. I'm going to need to move this around to get the angles I want on occasion. Into there. There we go. There we go. Right, we're getting. Hang on, have you seen the right one? Hope so. You're probably seeing both of them. Now, well, I've got this side here. We shall into there. All right. So what? Yeah, again, similarly, we've created those little wattles. Now we just need to do it on the other side. All right. So you go into here. There we go. Do I need to do the front bit? A little bit. Can't hurt now, can it? All right, there's one. No, the other one is this one. Now, once we got that done, next color. Well, I think we could consider one of the lacquers largely on the oops, hang on, I forgot to check if you can see. Yep, okay. On the grounds, or because the lacquers aren't going to overlap on the there we go. Boom, boom. So there's our two bottles. Now, because our lacquers aren't going to go, or largely are not going to go where our acrylics are, as in border with them, it'll be fine. So anyway, there's, and if I zoom out a little bit, there's pretty much our wheel stem done. Giggity. All right. Now I'll pop them just over to here. That's a bit of a stretch, dearie me, Robster. Now I'll take my goggles off. Zoom you out a bit further. Now I'm thinking, and I do sometimes, as I say, that, and by the way, I do, as always, need to be a little mindful of the time. Various things to attend to. Now, Next, we shall... Interior green was what I was looking at, wasn't it? And I think we shall roll that way. So, give that a bit, yeah, look at that yuckiness. The mucky muck. Smiley grin, cheesy grin from the big man, if you can identify the film that term comes from. Instagram viewers cannot help you with if you know the answer, because you can't comment on my little live stream there. But be that as it may, kids. Anybody else? Go your hardest. I guess I should supply the answer at the end of the stream, unless somebody guesses it in the meantime. We shall see. We shall see. Alrighty, looking a little better there. Now, there's a whole stack of stuff we're going to hit with this. Not actually that much, but a fair bit. Now, looking for, here we go. You can see that's that interior green in it. So we'll use that one. There we go. Dealy. That should be plenty. Now, next. What brush do I wish to use? Yeah, no, I actually want to use a fairly small one for the... There's not as much interior green as I thought. Deary me. Well, that's a bit of a rip-off. Ah! Now then. Where's the other one of those? There, good. Okay. Looking at it a bit more closely, I would say I only need a very small brush. Now, I need my goggles again, and probably a mouthful of coffee. All very par for the course, I'm sure you'll agree. Coffee. Now then. So, I'll give you a bit of a zoom in here so you can see what I'm actually doing. All right, now, these are the Bombay arms. What we're going to do is just come down, because what I did yesterday here was to create the detail for the joints. Once I've done this color, I will zoom you in so that you can see what I'm waffling about. There we go, it's starting to look good already. All right. My back is not appreciating the what I refer to as a Hunchback of Notre Dame pose that I do when I'm detailing. As you can gather, I'm hunching in pretty closely, is the bottom line here. Now, just come down here, around there. All right, that's interesting. You get a big zoom in on what I'm actually doing. What I've seen on my camera is not what you see on the stream. On the stream, it's much more magnified. That's interesting. I had that experience before on a similar platform that I used. It's interesting. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Either way, it does actually give you a better view as to what I'm doing. So I'm not that bothered by it. There we go. Almost there. Whew. Now, once I've got this, or these arms, of which there are 4, completed. Oop, I'm about to get a hand cramp. There we go. I might change brush for the rest of the interior green, because there we go. Now, that's pretty much the deal. You can see where we've got a rubber seal, we've got our stems that are the interior green, we've got oily steel where the hinges are. There is one Bombay arm. Deep, beep, beep, beep. Exciting stuff, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, actually, while I'm here, excuse me. Oh, it's itchy. The microphone I use has these are part of the wheel stems as well. While I'm here, I might knock these off because these are conveniently on hand. Then we'll return to the excuse me, wheelbase. Now, in this instance, there's only a portion that I wish to do interior green, which is it's going to take a bit of. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. Good. There. Now what I'm going to do, once I've got this on, it'll actually be the piece I'm painting will almost look like it will do when completed, because the colour that's going on is Boeing grey, which is not actually that far removed from the sprue colour. But in actuality, of course, A, it's not the sprue colour, and B, I'm going to be painting. All right. Right, so there's a little bit there that I need to leave. There we go. All right. The thing about, I might want to zoom you out a bit, put it a little too close there. Oh, maybe not. Now I just come across. There we go. So as you can see, there we go, that's what I'm working on there. What'll happen is we're going to have those connectors there being silver. There's our interior grey, and that's going to be Boeing grey. Might actually just move this around that angle. Changing angle can make paintings. There we go, look at that. Just begging to be done at that angle. It's cool. There we go. And you can start to see how it's going to look. So I'm pretty happy with how that's coming up, actually. Now, into here. And that is the top of one of the wheel stems done. Now, we repeat the process. I might zoom out just a little. Now we're doing the top or the upper one as far as on the sprue goes. Hang on. Oh yeah, okay. Now, what we're gonna do is go just because of the angle I'm holding it at, it's going to be easier, well not easier, but perhaps a little more convenient to do the bottom right now. All right. All righty. So, next, got the top and the bottom done. That is actually often the easier. Well, it makes the rest of it much easier. Put that down there. Lee. All right, getting places. Going to feel pretty happy once all this is done. Just trying to think if I'm going to have enough time to complete the central area of the Bombay. There we go. That's both of them done. Boffo. Winning. Now pop them over to which way do I want them to sit while they dry? Probably that way. Now next set of Bombay arms. Boom. I've got to say that's actually really convenient magnification in some ways. Now if I can just keep that there, hopefully you'll get a good view of what I'm doing. Alrighty. Dee-lee-lee. All right. Boom. Now, can you see what I'm working on here? No, there we go. Just need to check every now and again on the now that stem is done. Now the next bit. Delay. There we go. Now, so we shall not be moved. Ah, sorry. That was a terrible piece of humour, if that's what you'd call it. At least I didn't burst into song. All right. All right. Almost there. There we go. And there, hang on, I might just, yeah, it's looking a bit tacky there. There's one done. One done, by the way, is not the Prime Minister of Spain. I'm sorry, that was terrible. Some of my jokes, I tell you, man. All right, now, the other one. And once I've got this one done, I reckon I'm going to go to a bigger brush for the other bits aside from the Bombay stems. I reckon I am going to go to a coarser brush because it'll be easier and more effective. That is the bottom line. And at no point are those words ever a bad outcome. You know what I'm saying? Now, one more stem here. Got a notification of some variety. Yeah, I wonder what that was. Never mind. Come back to that. Worry about that later. There we go. Now we'll come into there. Around that way. And into here. Down there. There. Round this side. Round the outside. Round the outside. Here we go. And there, I'll zoom you out a little, are our, hang on a moment, might do a slight tidy up here. There we go. Two more Bombay arms. You can't, they're a bit, hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. There we go. I think you might see him a bit better now. Boom. Now we have one more, being this one. And then, well, then I'll clean the brush. Then I'll get the coarser one out. Now, as I get all this done, well, once I get all this done, and by this I'm talking about all the detailing, I can start to commence assembly. I'm very close to that point. There we go, come down. Boom. And now, that side. Now, what is the time at the moment? Alrighty. All right. And from this angle. And then, excuse me about the cough there. I can almost call the interior green done. Hang on, excuse me a moment. Now then, a little bit more there. There we go. Bing. Now then, dogs off for a moment. Suffering a bit of itchy ear behaviour. Now, once I've cleaned this brush, I might give the chassis black another shake, 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 because well, some of the stuff I've already shaken will have settled, and I want that to, if I get them mixed properly along the way, to employ its as a paint, then more quickly I can transition onto that colour. That's the bottom line, people. Incredible, but it's a fact. Excuse me. Now, next, we'll go for, as I said, for a coarse brush. This one will do us nicely. Because what we're painting now is these things. And as you can see there, it's going to be much easier if I just go slap, 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 and you don't want a fine brush for that because you're just going to hammer it. This one was once a fine brush. It is no longer. So I don't mind hammering. Like so. Boom. You can see it's going to be much easier to do it this way than it would be to use that nice fine pointy brush. I'll trim that out a bit. There we go. Come around this side, around the outside, around the outside. See, I'm doing it again. There we go. Now, for all you youngsters out there, when I first heard that round the outside, it was not Trailer Park Girls. It was Malcolm McLaren's Buffalo Girls that went round the outside, Now, give me a moment, something I want to do. I think I've got a bit of surface tension in the paint on here. It's creating a bit of a bubble. And there we go. That fixes that little conundrum. Thought it was the case because if you look at the comparative piece, actually I can do that. Maybe, there we go, perhaps. Yeah, there we go. You can see it as a whole, where that one, well, until I hit it with the pin, didn't. So yeah, household pins, kids, very handy little items. And not just for sewing purposes, which I'm totally inept at. I'll leave that discussion there too. Now, my housemate actually has half an idea when it comes to things with how to sew. As to why that is so, I do not know, but he does. Now, I'm going to have to do the same routine with this one, and that's fine. By same routine, I'm talking about with the pin. Or maybe I won't. So here we go. No, I won't. by the looks. There we go. Fantastic. Boom. There we go. Now that's all our interior green done, at least on these parts. And for the intents and purposes, give this a bit of a shake again. Shake, 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 ba, ba, da, ba. Shake, shake, shake. Of the stream, given the time, we will do. I'll do a tidy up on that steel there. We can do the dark grey areas that I was going to do on that little touch of dark grey there. And then we can do the chassis black. Winning. Now, I'm not going to do any Boeing grey on here because I want to let that lacquers take longer to dry than our acrylic friends. I was going to say our erstwhile acrylics. I used to think that erstwhile meant worthy or steadfast. It does not. Erstwhile means former. So yeah, if you're making that same linguistic error as my good self, there you have it. But no, our worthy is perhaps a good term to use of the Boeing grey. But yes, now is not the time, Cato. Now is not the time. Now, give that a rinse. Delay. Doing well. Now, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, thank you. If you're at your bench at the moment, I can invite you onto the stream if you would like, which means you can sort of like put your workbench on along with mine. Although I'm only going to be on for about another 20 minutes, I think. Now, dark natural steel. Bing. There's the color I want to roll with. Now, what I'm going to do with this is a tiny little touch-up on, get a nice crisp brush, get my goggles on, and all I want to do was it there or there? There. I'll zoom in very shortly. Actually, I'll show you now. As you can see, yep, slight error there with the white on the bottle. So I can fix that. This side we're all good in the hood, but that side, not so much. So we'll tidy that up. Like so. There we go. Now, do I want to do a little more? Yes, I do. Just a touch. Now we'll get the dark grey out. Now, what I'm going to actually, I'll give you a bit of a. Let me clean this brush. I'll give you a bit of a zoom in on what I have planned for this next. Because I'll have that. That's the central beam of the Bombay, and I have a plan to apply some chassis black on the central beam. of this structure. Now, first, yep, zoom. Okay, so you can see there's a little gap there in the bottle. I'm going to do that dark grey. Now, I've done the joins on the beams, tin, then they've got the beams. This central one, I'm going to do chassis black. And you can argue it's not necessarily entirely historically accurate, but what it does do is highlight all the bits and bobs. While I'm here, I don't know if you saw, but I've now pretty much completed the wheel stems with the pretty much. There's a couple of touch-ups, but that's what they're going to look like. Alrighty, now what we'll do is zoom out just a little. Now, dark grey is that's gunmetal grey, dark grey. Shake, 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 ba ba da ba. Shake, 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 ba ba da. Shake my painter. Oh dear, I'm incorrigible, you know. Now this won't take long because it's only that little spot there. And then we'll get onto our chassis black. Oh, goggles. Alrighty. That one. And all we're going to do here is come into there. That's it, just there. To give it a bit of definition and visual resonance, shall we say. There we go, almost there. All right, so there's our, not quite sure what function that little bottle would have served, but it gives it definition. Clean brush. And then we'll progress to our chassis black. I'm pretty happy with how things have gone on the painting front today. We've got a reasonable amount done. I'm thinking that tomorrow I might do a whole stack of canopy. Canopy is sometimes hard work, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, let's have a close look at this. Right, what I'll do, the tricky bits I'll do with this brush. Once I get to things to a certain point, I'll be able to get a more coarse brush onto the program. Just go slap, slap, slap. So let's do that, shall we? Zoom you out for a moment. Yep. Now. Now, so now, there we go. Always find the first time you pour from a bottle seems to determine as to how it'll pour in the future for some reason. Don't ask me what the drill is with that, but it does. So, quick chug of coffee. Diddly. Now, bing. All right. So, I might just go zip. And we're going to go. This is going to be a little tricky. Start there. Yeah, I need to get a good reservoir going. Now, by reservoir, I'm talking about within the brush itself. There we go. Starting to come out. I tend to find that it'll take often a few dunks in the paint pot before you start getting any solidity. That's partly because these ones are very thin. Now we're getting somewhere. They're actually intended for airbrushing. There we go. Now, into there. And right. Getting places. Yeah, it's going to look good. I'll give you actually don't need much of a zoom and you can see what I'm doing. Now, all right. Now, I guess we repeat the process. It's going to be a very tricky little operation behind the bottle, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Ayo. Bad time to drop the brush, I tell you. Let's try that again, shall we, kids? Now, there's no good time to drop a brush, is there? Really? Oh, that's coming up really well, though. regardless of my brush dropping behaviour. All right, now once I've gotten all these done, we're on the home run, or the home track rather. A little touch-up going to be required there. That's okay. Now comes the tricky bit. As far as it goes, into there. There we go. I think almost. There we are. Oh, I reckon I've mostly pulled that off, so to speak. Yeah, you can look. Yep. Go you, big boy. Now, lift the light a bit so I don't headbutt it, as that would make me grumpy. Now we'll come into here for a bit. There we go. Might go over those bits again, as in the bits down here, because it's a bit thinner than I might like. That's better. Yeah, it's going to look heaps better for that little. Oops. Also going to need a touch up on that, but mostly that's looking pretty sound. With a little touch up, that's fine. It's an easy fix. All right. Now, might as well just, you know what I should have done from this angle. You guys can't see that, hang on. Actually, now I think about it, I'm being very dumb. There we go. Much more solid colour. Another touch-up required. Never mind. All right. But it is starting to look good. We've got a bit of an indication as to how it would look when completed. Now, our next fiddly spots are under here. But actually, this might be easier than I thought. Go into there. Oh yeah. Not so hard. And you can't see a bloody thing. Hang on. Where am I? There I am. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be calling stumps after this colour. My back is starting to protest. And yeah, it's not a good thing. But I will have made good progress. And that's a good thing. Good thing too. Now, once I have come into here, a couple of other little definition spots. And then, now this might also require a bit of twickery. There we go. Yeah, that'll look cool once it's done. Across here. Alrighty. Once I've done this on the other side, which I will, we can start getting a bit more, I'll zoom you out a little, I'm getting a little too, there we go. Now I wonder, I wonder if, no, but, all right. I've just seen a bit I need to do in gunmetal grey. But that's okay, I can And it should already have been done, but it hasn't been. I can fix that later. So I want this stuff to dry first. Yeah, liking the way that's looking actually. All right. And here we go. Now then, we're getting places. Now all I need to do is in bar there. In bar there. And create a little distance. Between the gunmetal grey where I'm going to apply. Then I'm going to clean this brush. Then I'm going to get a rather bigger brush out. And then we shall I shall wind the stream up as I'm getting, as I said earlier, my back is protesting somewhat. But if you're going to position yourself like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, that will happen. Alrighty, getting places now. But at least I'll be able to show you what the central beam will pretty much look like soon. Or when it's all, you'll get the basic look of it, and then it's just touch-up time. But now, here we go. So all we got to do now, really, pardon me, is slap that along there. I can even, there we go. Nice and easy. All right. And finally, and there we go. All right. Yep. So that is going to be the central beam of our Bombay. Now there are a couple of touch-ups required on that. But yeah, boom. Pretty happy with it. Yep. Goggles off. I will now clean my brush, and then I shall wind up the stream. Now, good people, I'll just give this a quick wipe out, because if I knock that over, it's going to end in tears. Well, not tears, but certainly significant frustration of the type I could do without. Now then, and zoop out, light goes off, and boom. All right, everyone, that's me done for today. Thank you very much for watching. I do genuinely appreciate it. Now, if you're a first-time viewer out there, there's a magic button I want you to hit. Can you guess what it is? If you guessed, follow, like, or subscribe. That's $5 up, and we move on to our next question on Sale of the Century. If you would like to track me down on other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and Discord, and Rob the Builder and Food Monster on Twitter. What are those words, people? Can you guess them? If you can't, you haven't been paying attention. Follow, like, or subscribe. What can I tell you? All right, now, tomorrow is Friday, and I will be back. Now, tomorrow, we've pretty much got the detailing done. There is a few other bits and bobs that I'm going to need to attend to. There's going to be a few touch-ups and stuff, but that'll probably take place over the next few days. Tomorrow, I think I might work mostly on the canopies. There's a shit ton of canopy action on a B-17, and that needs to be done. I like to get that done before I get stuck into assembly, because, yeah, there's a lot of it. And now, with all that said and done, there is only one thing I need to say, and that is that I'll be back tomorrow. Same kit time, same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you then.